Hello there, this is Mr. Ward's 5th hour chemistry class, and due to the fact that I could not afford a legitimate version of PowerPoint, I've decided to make a dueling video to help you guys study. Before I get started, I'd like to thank Natalie, Tiffany, Zoya, and Regina for the wonderful information they've provided me with to help make this video possible. Thanks, guys. Okay, so you guys sit back, relax. If you're not aware of this right now, my name's Erica, and I'll be your servant today at the Olive Garden of Knowledge. Okay, let's see. Let's get started now. So the topic we were provided with was nuclear waste. Nuclear waste. And before we can understand what nuclear waste is, we need to understand what nuclear fission and nuclear fusion is, or are. So we're going to compare both of them. Boxing match. See the advantages and disadvantages of both. Let's just start. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, let's start with fission. Fission is basically when a very heavy atom, the nuclei of it, is split in half, and the results are two or more lighter nuclei, as well as nucleons formed from the fragment's radioactive decay. It makes it more stable. Okay, so you see the neutrons and protons and the nuclei created. And they're the primary process in powering nuclear reactors, such as these with nuclear rods. And these nuclear reactors help power nuclear-powered submarines as well as aircraft carriers. So if you see here, I'm going to draw a terribly drawn submarine. Okay. So, yep, there we go. As well as the aircraft carrier. So if there's a question on a test pertaining to what powers these machines, you can say they are powered by fission. Okay, nuclear reactors fueled by using fission. Okay, now we're going to go on to nuclear fusion. In simplest terms, nuclear fusion is the opposite of nuclear fission. Since nuclear fission is from heavier to lighter, fusion is from lighter atoms to heavier atoms. And with immense, very, very high temperatures, as well as a lot of pressure, we make the light little atoms, such as a little baby hydrogen atom, to a larger and heavier, let's say, a helium atom. Okay. And fusion is the primary process that helps fuel our sun as well as our stars. Okay, and so both fusion and fission create lots of energy. And so, however, the only downside to fission or fusion is that it's very hard to maintain. It's very expensive and complex to keep it, and to use it, so we use fission more often. Okay, and then fission creates more waste though. So that's the only downside to nuclear fission. So we are going to learn about the containment now of the nuclear waste, because both of them, since they provide energy, they also create waste. So before we learn about the containment of nuclear waste, we have to learn about the half-life. And the half-life is basically from how long it takes for a material to decay. So you see here, so it varies among the nuclear materials of how long it takes to decay. Sometimes it takes from hundreds of thousands of years. Okay. So it needs to be contained so that it protects the cute little organisms and they can be shielded from radioactivity. So to protect them. And there are two main types of containment. There is the on-site storage and the off-site disposal. Okay, so it's like on-ground and off-site disposal. Okay, so just put a little truck there, dump it all out. Okay, but it's not really like that. So what we're going to begin with is the on-site storage of nuclear waste. And the most common form of nuclear waste is with the spent fuel rods from the nuclear power plants. So I'm going to draw these nuclear rods, and this is what are also in the nuclear reactors to help power them. Okay, so after they're used, where do they go? Okay, then there are two places where they might be put. And then, so we're pertaining to this, the on-site disposal, we're talking about above ground. And this is only temporary, because it's not here forever. And then so usually the rods, cement rods, are put into pools, sometimes 40 feet deep, as well as dry casts. So we just put all the rods there, and some of the radioactive material decays, but then once the rods fill the pool too much, they are moved to the dry casts. And these dry casts are made of concrete and steel. And then keep in mind though, like I said before, that they do not stay in the on-site storage forever. After a certain amount of time, they go to the disposal for not to be seen ever again. So that's where we move to going from above to below ground, so we'll never see it again. And so disposal of the nuclear waste is with the intention of never retrieving it again. So out of sight, out of mind, we'll never see it again. Okay, so if you spend nuclear rods, we're never ever gonna see it again. And then in the United States, there are 131 disposal sites, 39 states around the US. Let's draw that out. Okay, so the US is 131 disposal sites. Okay, and now we're thinking of developing a new site near Las Vegas, Nevada, near the Yucca Mountain. However, that is still debatable. So in 2017, we are planning to be so that the nuclear waste can be transported by truck, but that is still up for debate. So yeah, some organizations say that it's not good, and some say it is good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing much else to do for our topic. Thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you tolerated me.